One of the problems with recruiting for investment banking is not the knowledge or skills you acquire, but the access to talk with real investment bankers to put your best foot forward. Our sponsor, WSO Academy, can provide those connections with 60 head mentors who are finance professionals at top firms like Goldman, Centerview, and JP Morgan. Imagine being able to get on the phone within 24 hours with one of the Academy's 1,300 mentors right before a critical interview. Get on the waitlist for WSO Academy today by clicking the link in the show notes or by visiting wallstreetoasis.com/academy. All right. Welcome to Investment Banking Insights. This is the only show dedicated to helping you learn both the technical and non-technical aspects of the investment banking process. Hi, my name is Alex Mason and I'm your host. And today we're going to talk about valuation for a couple of minutes. Now, we recently talked about the three major valuation methodologies. You have comparable companies, precedent transactions, and discounted cash flow analysis. Now, those are really the core of how you and I as investment bankers are going to value companies. However, there are other ways of valuing companies that can be really important depending on the situation. So I just want to highlight two of those for you today. So we talked about comparable companies, precedent transactions, and DCF. There are a couple of other things that you might want to consider. One is called sum of the parts. Sum of the parts analysis. This is really useful when you're trying to value a company that's really a collection of a bunch of different types of businesses. And a classic example of this is what was the older version of General Electric. Now, General Electric had a bunch of different types of businesses. They had airplane engines. They had energy generation. There's a locomotive segment of the business. And there were many other things. There was a financial arm. And so if you were trying to value General Electric using one of your standard valuation methodologies, maybe you would have gotten an accurate answer. But if you were looking at the value of each of these businesses as an individual and then adding them all up, that's another way to look at the business. And actually, some of the parts analysis would have served you very well in the past because now General Electric has broken off into all of these different types of businesses. They've sold so many of their old businesses and have really slimmed down as a corporation. So that was more of an accurate, I think, way of doing it. So if you have a conglomerate type of situation, some of the parts analysis can be a good valuation technique. Now, the other technique I want to talk to you today about is liquidation value. So this is where you just straight up look at the assets of the business. You look at the assets and the liabilities, and you say, look, if I sell off all these assets and pay off the liabilities, what is left? It's kind of like if you took the company to auction and you said, I'm just going to sell everything right now, satisfy all the creditors, and then take what's left in terms of equity. That's what a liquidation value is. And so this can be important, especially if there's a company that's struggling or going through some type of bankruptcy proceeding. You actually do get to the point of liquidation sometimes. And so the true value of the company might be limited to just the book value of the difference between assets and liabilities. All right, that's what I got for you today here on the show, Investment Banking Insights. I'm Alex Mason, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.